Hello students, in our previous class we have learned how to use the formulas and functions in Excel. How can we create a basic formula, how can we use a compound formula, how can we use formula on text, etc. And also we have learned what is cell range, how to name a cell range, etc. Okay. So today we will learn what is cell reference and how many types of cell references are there. First we have to know what cell reference is. The cell address that we use in the formula is known as the cell reference. Okay. Suppose for example A1, where A denotes the column name and 1 denotes the row number. With references we can use the data from different parts of the worksheet or different sheets of the workbook using the cell reference. Okay. So what is cell reference? Cell reference is basically the address of the cell reference using the row number and column name, through which we can use the data from different parts of the worksheet using that cell reference. So there are various types of cell reference. First one is relative reference. What is relative reference? When we create a formula, references to a cell or ranges are usually based on the position relative to the cell. Okay. So when we copy or move the formula to other cells, the reference to the cell automatically gets changed. So let us understand with this with a example of the formula. Suppose A3, we have written in the cell A3 equal to A1 plus A2. Okay. Now when we copy the formula from A3 to B3, Excel automatically changes the reference to match the location of the cells, that is B1 in place of A1 and B2 in place of A2. Okay. So as you can see in the bottom picture, there is a table of the month name and the units of number sold and the expenses for that. So and in the cell B8 the formula is written equals to sum, then the cell range B2 colon B7. Okay. So if we copy the same formula from that clipboard group and then paste that formula in the C8 cell, the cell range will automatically be changed to C2 colon C7. Okay. Why so? To match the cell number or the references of the present location. Okay. So we have copied the formula as B2 colon B7, but after copying it, after pasting it, it will automatically be changed to C2 colon C7. Okay. So this is what relative references is all about. Next one is absolute references. What is absolute reference? Absolute reference is used when we do not want to change the address of the cell while copying the formula to another cell. Suppose we want the cell number or the cell address to be pasted as it is, then we use the absolute references. Okay. So what will be the let us understand it with an example. For suppose the formula should be written as $A $1 plus $A $2. Here the column dollar sign before the column number, column name and the row number denotes that it is an absolute references. Okay. So for using absolute references we have to use a dollar sign before the column number and the row number also. Okay. So suppose let us see this example. Okay. This is the example. The top picture is having a table, same table. Now if we write the formula as $A equals to $A $1 plus $A $2, that will consider as a absolute references. Okay. So let us calculate the incentive at the rate of 100% on the monthly sales. Okay. So how to do that? For doing that we have to write the formula at the cell B2 D2 equals to B2 star $E $11. Okay. And then we have to press the enter key. Then the cell D2 will display the value 100. Okay. The first cell address has no dollar sign, so that means it is relative reference, and the second cell address is absolute because it has a dollar sign. So therefore when the cell content is copied, the first one will change the reference in the new location but the second will remain the same. अगर हमें इसको नेक्स्ट सेल में कॉपी करना है, सपोज इफ यू वांट टू पेस्ट दिस सेम फॉर्मूला इन द सेल D3, then the formula will be changed automatically to equals to C2, okay, sorry, B3 star dollar E dollar 11, okay. So this will be changed. This is how absolute reference works. Next is mixed reference. Mixed reference is the combination of relative and absolute references, okay. In this type of reference, either row or column has to remain fixed, like $A1 plus $2. It is an example of mixed reference where either you have to use the dollar sign or the absolute reference sign before the column number or before the row number, not before the column and row number both, okay. So the example of this type of reference is equals to $C2 minus $12, and then we have to press the enter key, okay. So this is how we can use the mixed references. Now we can use cell reference of another worksheet also. For doing that we have two options. First one is using copy paste option. How can we do that using copy paste option? For doing that we have to click on the sheet 2 tab and enter the data as shown in the given figure. The bottom picture, the figure number 3.10, okay. You have to click on the sheet 2 tab and you have to enter the data as shown in the given figure, last picture of the screen. Next you have to click on the sheet 1 tab and then you have to click on the cell B8 where the sum function is used. Next you have to copy the formula using Ctrl plus C option. Next you have to click on the sheet 2 tab and click on the cell B8. Now you have to paste the formula using the Ctrl plus V option. Then what will happen? The cell references will be created across the various worksheet, okay, like sheet 1 and sheet 2. The cell references has been created for both the worksheets, okay. Now we can use another option, that is using the sheet references. How can we use the sheet references? The sheet reference uses the sheet number, exclamation mark and cell address, okay. For example, sheet 1, then the cell number D2, okay. So suppose we have to click, let us understand this with an example, okay. First we have to click on the cell C2 of the sheet 2. Next we have to type equal to B2 plus sheet 1 exclamation sign D2. Sheet 1 exclamation sign D2 means the D2 cell of sheet 1 or worksheet 1, okay. Next to add the incentive amount from the cell D2 of the sheet 1 to the salary in the cell B2 of the sheet 2. Then we have to press the enter key, okay. So to you through using the sheet references, if we want to create a cell references across worksheet, what we have to do? We have to mention the worksheet name also, then we have to put an exclamation sign, then the cell number, okay. This is how we can create the cell references, cell reference using the sheet reference, okay. Next is formula errors. In Microsoft Excel, if any formula is entered incorrectly, the Excel displays an error message then instead of the value and it will assist you in identifying and fixing the problem. So there are some of the common errors along with the possible reasons are listed in the book. You can see in the screen what are the error type. Hash error. This error occurs if the column is not having enough space to accommodate the value, okay. So what you have to do? You have to increase the size of that particular column. Next is hashtag name question mark error, okay. This type of error occurs if the formula is used incorrectly. Next is hashtag value error. Value error occurs if the formula contains invalid data, okay. So if a column is containing invalid data, then the hashtag value error occurs. Next, hashtag division/O error. This error occurs if the number is divided by 0, okay. So as we all know, no number can be divided by 0, okay. So if we have typed by mistake that a number by divided by 0, then this type of error occurs. Next is hashtag reference error. This error occurs when the formula refers to a cell that does not exist. Okay, so if we create a cell reference with the value of any cell number and that is not exist in our worksheet, then hashtag reference exclamation sign error occurs. This usually happens when the referred cell has been deleted from the worksheet or does not exist. Okay. Next is functions. We have already learned what is functions. Functions are the pre-designed or predefined formulas in Excel to perform both simple and complex calculations. They save time and eliminate the chance to write wrong formulas. And the functions accept arguments and return the values after the desired calculations. Okay. What is argument? Arguments are the input values to functions upon which calculations are performed to find out the final result. Okay, so these values can be numbers, text, etc., and they are enclosed within the parentheses. And next one is values. Values are the output for a calculation. Okay, next, every function in MS Excel must begin with the equal to sign followed by the function name and then the list of arguments separated by comma within the parentheses. Okay, so this is the top line is the basic syntax for a formula in MS Excel. Equals to, then the function name, then within parentheses argument 1 comma argument 2 and so on. So there are certain rules to enter a function in an Excel worksheet. Okay, so what are that? All Excel functions must begin with equals to sign. Function name must be a valid Excel name. For example, sum, average. The function name must match with the predefined function names. You cannot create a function name by your own. The function name must be followed by an opening and closing parenthesis. And the last one is arguments are enclosed in the parenthesis. For example, sum, then within bracket A1 colon A2 or A5. Okay. Next, there are some common functions. What are they? First one is auto sum. The auto sum option is used to calculate the total number of sum the total number of cells. Okay, this also it is the fastest way to find out the total of the given numbers in a range. It also provides the options to find the average, count, maximum, minimum, etc. Okay, so how can we use that? From the formulas tab of functions library group, in the home tab of editing group, we can use the auto sum group. Next is sum function. The sum function returns the total of the given range. Okay, we have already seen an example with the sum function. Next is average. The average function returns the average of the range of values. Okay, the arguments can be a range of cells or the numbers or numbers along with the cell references, etc. Okay. Next is maximum, and next is maximum. Maximum function or max function is used to find the largest value within the given range. Okay, so suppose if we type equals to max, then within parenthesis b1 dot b5 and then press the enter key. Pressing the enter key will return the value of the maximum number from the given cell range b1 to b5. Okay. Next is today. Today function is used to display the current date. For that we have to type? We have to type equal to, then today, then the parenthesis, enter starting parenthesis and closing parenthesis. Then we have to press the enter key. Then it will display the date of today. Okay. You can see there are some functions and their purpose are written in the book, also in the table. You have to learn that from your book. Okay. Next is functions library. What is function library? There are many functions defined in Excel and it is beyond the capacity of a person to remember the name and the functionality of each of them. It's very much hard or almost impossible for a human being to remember all the functions that are stored in a library. Okay, so Excel, to overcome that, Excel has clubbed all the functions in function library group of formulas tab. From that you can choose any type of function from the formulas tab of function library group. There are some certain categories to browse all the functions. First one is insert function. The insert function is one of the options in the function library group which helps us in creating a formula. Okay, so how can we use that? We have to click on the cell where we want to enter a formula, then we have to click on the insert function button and present on the formulas tabs. Okay, or we have to click on the insert function button present on the formula bar. Then either of these will launch the insert function dialog box, and then equal to sign will be placed in the cell. Then you have to search for the function. Suppose you want to insert the sum function, or you have to select a category from the category list box. Then you have to click on the OK button. This will open a function arguments dialog box where you have to enter the arguments, and then you have to click on the OK button. Through this process you can insert any formula. Okay, next is managing worksheets. How can we manage the worksheet? We can rename the worksheet. For doing that, we have to right click on the any sheet tab in the worksheet. Upon right clicking, a shortcut menu will pop up. From that shortcut menu you have to choose the rename option. Then after clicking on that, or you have to double click on the sheet tab, and then the name of the sheet gets highlighted. Then you have to type the desired name and you have to press the enter key. Upon pressing the enter key, the file name will be changed. Okay. Next, how can we delete a worksheet? To delete a worksheet, we have to simply right click on that sheet on the sheet tab, and then you have to click on the delete option. Clicking upon the delete option will delete the entire worksheet. Okay, you can also change the color of the sheet tab. For doing that, you have to right click on the sheet tab and you have to select the tab color option from the shortcut menu. Whenever you are clicking on the tab color option, a shortcut menu will appear. Okay, from that a color palette will appear. From that color palette you have to choose any color, and whenever clicking on any color, the sheet tabs color will be changed. Okay, so listen to the video properly, read your book properly. We will meet in our next class. Thank you. Have a nice day.